Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another large ship that's built for exploration. And this thing that I'm currently standing on is called the FC-2 Eris, which is this lovely thing in a bright, almost neon green colouring, and the white and the black. So yes, this is an ion thruster only ship, so we are really good for space and a few moons. We've got a pretty big interior with everything we need to survive in survival mode, and of course do a bit of role playing, such as kitchens, you've got bedrooms, you've got storage areas, and a nice big bridge that can double as a control room. And of course, if you're interested in the SkyBox I'm currently using, there will be a link to that in the description below. It's a lovely dark SkyBox with a lot of different shades of blue all the way around it. They also move up and over to a certain section, there we are, we do have a little pop of different pinks, oranges, and reds. Yes, that'll be in the description below. Over to this, pressing F10, finding it in the spawn menu, the Eris is 2,332 large blocks, using pretty much all the DLC packs. It does use one mod, which is for certain armoured panels. So simply give this a thumbs up, come out here, come into the G menu, and find the armoured blocks. So all the way down to here is these types of armoured blocks that give it this overall great shape. But you could, if you really want to, and really want to use this ship, just go and use the vanilla versions, because there should be enough alternatives in the base game to be able to replace these modded blocks. Yes, what we're going to do now is come around towards the very front, we'll have a quick look around the outside, then we'll have a quick tour of the interior, fly this around, it has no guns on it, I suppose we'll find an asteroid, then slam it straight into it. So at the very front for the FC-2 Eris, this is what we get. So what we can see is a bunch of lovely white, black, and bright green blocks. We can also see 6 ion thrusters help slow this thing down, as well as all of our glass blocks to go into our main cockpit. If we were to move around onto the side that has the sunlight, this is what it looks like from the side. There we are at the front. And as we were to move all the way along past this ion thruster, we're going to see even more lining up the top to help us on our left and right. And we can see a blinking red light on this side, and there should be a green blinking light on the opposite side. If we were to continue and go around towards the very back, we've got these lovely little spikes that give it its overall great look. But once again, we're going to have even more ion thrusters to move this thing around. So all the way around over to here, this is what's going to push us around with an antenna right in the middle to make sure you can always find this thing. If you were to move all the way up and look down at it, that's how it's all been set up. And what we're going to see is one hell of a lot of armoured panels that make one hell of a lot of decoration and patterns that go along the top. So once again, even more ion thrusters, and there's all of our white armoured panels, and all the lovely decorative patterns it's creating. Going towards the front, there's down into our bridge, there's where I'm standing, then going towards the front there we go. Dropping down and coming underneath this thing, what we're going to see at the very front, if I had to put my light on for the moment, are 2 catwalks. These catwalks are our way in and out. Behind this, what there is a piston that'll push that all the way down to the ground, you have to walk onto it, press a button, go all the way up, then inside the ship. We'll take a look at that a bit later on. Putting away, moving to the main body, once again, a bunch of ion thrusters, there's the green blinking light on the opposite side, got 2 connectors docked this thing up, and that's about it. So yes, that's a very brief look around the outside of the FC-2 Eris, and it looks bloody fantastic with how it's all been set up. So what I'm going to do now is just grab hold of my character, we now come down and underneath this thing, and head on inside. So looking around here, that's all we can see. We do have a button panel up there to manually open and close it if we need to, so set that down onto the ground. We now access the button panels up here, basically do the exact same thing. Anyway, turning around, walking up the steps, got some lockers around the room, and a doorway to go further inside. So as per usual, we've got a double door for an airlock. We now walk inside, and we see some steps to go up, bunch of doorways around the room, and a bunch more places where we can go. But over on the left hand side, we've got a LCD screen telling us our gravity. We then got a little kitchen bay with a table to eat food on. There's our proper kitchen block. Then round it over to here, a little storage bay with a few freight crates and some lockers just from decoration. We've got an air vent to make sure we don't suffocate. Then through here, another sliding door, which will take us to a bunch of gyroscopes in case we need to repair this thing up, or just manually do whatever. Anyway, coming back through here, it'll be the same on the opposite side. We'll just come around there because it's slightly different. We won't have the kitchen block. Instead, what we've got is an interior turret to make sure you're not misbehaving. There's another locker, there's a planter, a doorway that will come back through in a moment. There's an air vent, there's a few more lockers. Round here is the exact same setup as what we just saw. Coming out of here, we now come back through to that bottom room, all the way through, opening up this doorway, and here is a small little living quarters. We've got some seats, we've got a little table, another locker, there's a bed for you to sleep on, and a door that you can open up that'll take us to our shower and toilet. Turning around and come back through here, all the way around, Now we can come over to this section where we've got another doorway that's going to take us to a much more compact crew quarters for, I suppose, the general riffraff. The one we just came through will probably be the captain's quarters, because it is quite fancy, and this one is for your general workers, or even just passengers you picked up along your way. So walking through here, there is your shower, there is your toilet, they don't get really too much privacy compared to the other room. Now we just walk back through here, and I think that's all there is to this floor. We'll just double check around here, there was no other doors. So I suppose, now what we've got to do is come all the way up these steps and open up this. So we've got a few more ways where we can go, where that is going to take us to our medical bay. We've got our lab table, there's our medical bay block, there is a bunch of gyroscopes around the room, then there is another doorway which we can open up. That'll take us to our engineering bay. We've got our large reactors, our assemblers, our O2H2 generators, our batteries, our reactors, and well, everything we need to keep this thing running. Yes, for the moment we just drop down here, all the way down to the ground, and turning around, a bunch of cargo containers, a bunch of batteries lining the floor, there's our large reactors, there's our large containers, gravity generators to make sure we don't float away, and looking back there was a projector block, just in case you need it. Yes, looking around here, crouching down, can't really go anywhere else in this room, so we need to come all the way back to the top. So just jetpacking to save a bit of time, all the way up to here. Now we come back through this doorway, and I believe all that's left is of course the bridge. So this is where we're going to have a bunch of control seats to control this thing, and also a bunch of tables for say your diplomats to be sitting around and doing their paperwork. So right over here, that's our main control seat to drive this thing around. On the opposite side, we've got the same controls, but we cannot fly the ship. We can see a couple of tables around the room. There's a projector projecting the current ship. There's a freight crate for you to store a few bits and bobs inside. There's a weapon locker. Then coming around over to this, we've got some steps that lead all the way down. Where we once again got some control seats with nothing going on with them, and a couple more tables lining the room. Coming to the opposite side, exact same setup. Now we can just come all the way up, round into this seat, and this is what we get in first person view. So we can just about make out our transparent LCD screens to the left hand side, but looking around here, we've got a fantastic view of what's going on. But anyway, bring up the HUD, these are the controls that we get. So number one is going to be to open and close the ramp at the front, which is how we got into the ship. Number 2, number 3 to our reactors to turn them on and off. Number 4 to our connectors to turn them on and off. Number 5 to our batteries to auto or recharge. Number 6 to our gyroscopes. Number 7 is for all of our thrusters around the ship to turn them on and off. Then we've got 8 and 9 for our connectors once again, but this time to lock and unlock them. Onto tab number 2, we then got some controls for our lights to turn them on and off around the ship. And as for that, the controls. So now what we're going to do is fly this thing around and try and make our way over to a nearby asteroid. Might have to be those ones in the distance. Yes, moving forwards, this is what we get. So we've got some nice speed thanks to all of our ion thrusters at the back there, but it does take quite some time to get up to 100 meters per second. Coming to a stop, that's what we get. We are a lot slower, so we will need to do a 180 to slow ourselves down a bit quicker if we are moving along towards a station or a base, and don't want to risk damaging this or the actual station itself. Moving left, and moving right, we're very slow with that. Moving down feels faster than left and right. Moving up feels a little bit slower than moving down, but still faster than left and right. Then as for gyroscope controls, as you saw, there is plenty of control over this. Not too sure what happened to the camera there, it appears to have got stuck. That was very odd. Yes, we've got plenty of control over this, just a tiny hint of weight to make sure it's not too floaty. And it certainly suits this size of ship. So yes, that is pretty much it for the FC-2 Eris. It's got a fantastic design, fantastic interior of everything you need to survive in survival mode. And well, it could do from having a few guns on here if you wanted to. There's plenty of places for you to attach them on if you needed it. But at the end of the day, it is an exploration ship, and it's certainly built to do that job. So of course, one final thing to do is to come over to these asteroids, slam straight into it, and then that'll be that for this video. And here we go, we're now about to hit the asteroid at maximum speeds in 3, 2, 1, and there we go. That's a fantastic crash. We haven't had one of them in a long time. What damage did we deal to the ship if I can actually get out of the hole? That was quite a lot of damage. It looks like we lost half the ship. We lost the front of the ship, that's for sure. But it looks like we could still be sort of usable as, say, a little makeshift base that's just stuck in the asteroid. Now walking to this area all the way around. We've got our shelves around here, but not too much else. There's our gyroscopes, there's our batteries, we've got a few ion thrusters. And on the opposite side, it looks like we do have a few cryopods. So that's there if you want to recharge yourself. It looks like we only need to do one connection point to actually get that back and up and running. But yes, that's that for this video. There'll be a link to it in the description below if you wish to download and play around it yourself, along with the SkyBox I'm currently using. And I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.